guys, thanks for watching. This is going to be Amir's 25th week of life update, and this is like my 4th time recording this. I keep getting interrupted. I keep like completely losing my train of thought, and the iPad was falling on me one time. Oh my gosh, I hope I can get through this so I can move along with my day. Yeah, so this week has been really great. It's been kind of full of some full of some changes and one big milestone. And right now my poor little guy is coming down with a cold, and actually I think I might be coming down with a cold too. I've been trying to drink the emergency vitamin C stuff, and I'm hoping that it'll help combat my cold and hopefully his as well. I don't know if that like gets transmitted through breast milk, but I'm assuming if I feel better, then he'll probably feel better, or at least eventually feel better. And it obviously would suck to take care of. First of all, I don't want him to get sick, but second of all, if we're both sick and I'm trying to take care of him, that's no fun. And you know, I try to keep an upbeat, positive energy, and it's really hard to do that when you're sick. So that's what's going on, yeah, with right this moment. But on to the major milestone. Amir is sitting up all by himself, completely unsupported, for like 30 to 45 seconds, I'd say, and that's very exciting. Obviously, he's not like, you know, we'll kind of gradually ease into like, you know, where he's actually sitting up and playing for long amounts of time, but I definitely feel like, you know, finally he will sit up. I can sit him in the middle of, you know, his play gym or, you know, on the floor, and he'll sit up for just a little bit until, like I said, he starts kind of falling forward, so I got to be careful. I'm always like around him trying to make sure that he doesn't hit his head or anything, you know, crucial, obviously. Another thing that's kind of going on is like sleep has been, not sleep, but like bedtime stuff has been kind of changing. This baby, he is a night owl. I guess he kind of takes after me and his father. If our schedules allowed, we'd be up late, but we try to go to bed earlier. Like I mean, we used to be up till like 1 or 2 o'clock. No, probably like at least 2 o'clock. Baby, every day or every evening, night, morning, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But, you know, obviously with our schedules, we have to try to go to bed early, and Amir like goes to bed at 11:30, 11, and I feel like that's super late for a baby, but you know, it's really not a problem now because, you know, he sleeps longer then, which is fine, you know, because he's usually here at home or with my sister, and I think they prefer it that way so that they can either get stuff done or sleep in a little bit. But I don't want to form like bad habits in the future. So hopefully, you know, we can kind of reverse that. I've been trying to do things like his bedtime routine a little bit earlier, but he gets so hyper and just wants to play at like 8:30, 8 o'clock at night when I want him to be winding down and trying to go to bed. But we'll work on that, I feel like, in due time. But again, it's all about, I don't want to form bad habits that we have to deal with later. So along those lines, speaking of bad habits, is he has not been wanting to sleep in his crib. He's not, it's gotten worse. He was kind of doing this like for the last few weeks, but now like he won't lay in his crib really at all. He will lay him down in his crib probably for like 5 or 10 minutes, and he wakes up crying, and then he wants to be in our bed. And I know that we should probably just keep putting him back in there, but honestly it's convenient for me to sleep with him because I can just breastfeed, and you know, it's really comforting, and we like sleeping with it. And he's doing this new thing where he's like sleeping on his side now, so he kind of like is usually towards me. He'll like sleep on his side, like kind of cuddle up with me, and I can, you know, wrap my arms around him, and I just love it. It's so sweet. But I did find him the one time that he did sleep in his crib for a couple hours. It was probably like 2 hours. He was flipped around on his stomach when I woke up, and that makes me really nervous. I hope that means that because he can flip himself one way, he knows enough that if he can't breathe that he would flip himself back. I hope, because otherwise, yeah, I don't know what else to do. We don't have one of those what are those called? You know, where they track the baby's heartbeat, or not, it's not the heartbeat, their movements, because that makes me nervous in itself, because I know that there's a lot of false alarms, and oh, I don't know, that would just drive me nuts, I think. But if we have to get one of those, if he keeps flipping around, I will. So I'm not going to sleep well if I know that he's flipping around. But anyway, he's in our bed, so at least I'm kind of getting a sense of what's going on. But again, like right now, it's not a big deal. The only thing I don't like is that, you know, I don't sleep as well with him in the bed is because because, you know, obviously I'm worried a little bit about squishing him, I really don't think that would happen. I mean, we're pretty aware, again, we're light sleepers when he's sleeping in our bed because we're aware that he's there. But also, I don't want to form a bad habit because I know how hard it is once, you know, your baby's used to something like sleeping in your bed, then you have to try to transfer them into the crib, and then when it's time to transfer them into their own bedroom, like, that's even harder. So, I don't know. I guess I'm trying not to worry about it and just kind of enjoy the present moment now, but again, you know, I know that what we do now will lay the groundwork for what will happen in the future, more than likely. So we're working on that. If you have any suggestions, if your baby does this, let me know. I would greatly appreciate any advice. Trying to think, oh yes, there is something else. Last Wednesday, he goes to my sister's house on Wednesdays, and I took him there a little bit earlier than normal. He had the last time he ate was about 6:15, and we got there at like 6:45, and I was with a client, and my sister called me, and she told me that he had not eaten, and it had been almost 6 hours since he had, bless you baby, since he had, you know, had been breastfed, but he wouldn't take a bottle. She tried, you know, a different bottle that she had there as well. She tried, you know, warming it up. She tried another bottle that was like more cooler, and he just wouldn't eat. And he had been fussing and, you know, crying pretty hard. So I came home, you know, in between clients, and again, it had been about 6 hours since he ate, and he did finally, thank God, ate when I was there. He breastfed, and I don't know what the deal was, but my husband had him today, and he gave him a bottle, and he took it fine. So I'm not sure if maybe he had an upset tummy, or you know, if his teething stuff was bothering him and that affected it. I know that that can. I'm just not sure what happened with that, but I'm definitely concerned about this Wednesday if that happens again. Obviously, you know, I don't know how serious it is that he doesn't eat for 6 hours, but it seems like a long time. I know that they, like, when babies start sleeping through the night, it's longer sometimes, but it just seems weird because normally he sees a bottle and he sees you drinking a bottle of water and he wants it and he starts fussing. So I'm not sure. But next week, this coming Saturday actually, he's going to be 6 months old. That's amazing. So we got to set up his 6-month appointment hopefully soon. We've kind of got some other stuff going on, so I'm hoping to find a day in the next 2 weeks or something that I can take him. And then find out his stats and get his 6-month shots, and then after that we're going to start food. I think I have some ideas. I think we're going to start with the sweet potato, but you know, pureed sweet potato. So let me know again if you have any other suggestions, what you did when you started feeding, you know, real food. And I don't even know, like, how I think I would, like, feed him maybe twice a day after breastfeeding. I've researched it, but I'm not even sure exactly what I'm going to do yet. But, oh, it's like time flies. Fall, it's October 1st tomorrow. That's crazy. Yeah, anyway, before this gets any more rambly, that's it for the 25th week. And we'll see you next week for his 6-month update, I think. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and have a fantastic day.